Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, we got a special WWE Women's Edition of Robert Sports Show here. I'm going to cover a couple things, three things. The WWE Women's Evolution, all women network special, pay-per-view coming up October 28th. The Mae Young Classic 2. And then I'm going to rank all the WWE women between Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live, NXT UK. First, we're going to kind of go over some things for the Mae Young Classic 2 that's going to be filming at Full Sail on August 8th and 9th, with the finals being at Evolution on October 28th. 24 to 32 women for this Mae Young Classic 2 has been announced. Some notables from around the world that's going to be in it. Ashley Rain, formerly known as Madison Rain, TNA, 5-time TNA champion, women's champion, a 3-time Shimmer Tag Team champion. Deanna Prazzalo, she was in Ring of Honor. She was 2017 Woman of Honor Wrestler of the Year. Hazel Dawn, she's actually signed for the NXT UK. She was in Progress and Shine. Jenny, current Progress Women's Champion. She was also in Rev Pro Wrestling, and she's also signed for NXT UK. Casey Catanzaro from the American Ninja Warrior, the first woman ever to finish a city finals course. If you ever checked out American Ninja Warrior, she came from there. So she's signed for the Mae Young Classic. Killer Kelly, former Progress Women's Wrestler, she's signed with NXT UK. Former WWE Champion Caitlyn, Divas Champion. She was in WWE from 2010 to 2014. Returning from last year's Mae Young Classic, 18-year veteran, Mercedes Martinez. What hasn't Mercedes Martinez done in professional wrestling? 18 times she's held 18 championships she's held between WXW, Shine, Shimmer, and Defiant. Hopefully she'll finally make a name for herself in WWE. Hopefully someday. Mia Yim, she came back from last year. She was a TNA champion as what was her name in TNA? Jade. She was also a 2-time Shine Women's Champion. Toni Storm. She came from Progress Wrestling. She's World of Stardom. She's signed for the NXT UK show. Rhea, and then we got some names that are returning that haven't really done much, but they were in last year's. Rhea Ripley, Kavita Devi, Renina Gonzalez, and Tainara Conte. Which Tainara Conte, they kind of teased her being with Undisputed Era, because they had her when Undisputed Era was feuding with Sanity. They had her go out and attack Nikki Cross, but they never did nothing with it. Now there are 5 women that are missing from this year missing from this year's Mae Young Classic that was here last year that I wish would come back. Abby Lath, she did great last year when she was in the Mae Young Classic. Kaylee Ray. I've been watching her in Defiant and Progress, and holy shit. Why WWE hasn't got her back, I don't fucking know. She was in last year's Mae Young Classic, and they let her go, just whatever, Nicole Soive, she needs to be back, really. Very talented. A couple second-generation women. Rachel Evers, the son of Paul Ellering, or daughter of Paul Ellering, very good, talented wrestler. Tessa Blanchard, Tully Blanchard's daughter. You don't want these 2 second generations in your... Yes, I don't know. But they're too bad they're not there. But yes, way too early to figure out a winner of the Mae Young Classic. I mean, we've seen what last year's brought with Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane as the finals. So this year's could be epic. Definitely going to look forward to that. We'll have a review of all the Mae Young Classic stuff leading into the finals after it all airs on the WWE Network. As for that Evolution pay-per-view, I love it. I love the idea. I would hope that they would do a women's tag team division. I'm all for it. What they could do with that is have just WWE Women's Tag Team Championships like they used to have back in the day. Back in the late 80s they had them. Is whoever the champion is, they can defend it on Raw or SmackDown. So, but if you're, say, Bayley and Sasha challenge, Charlotte and Becky Lynch for the title, that can be wherever, because one's on SmackDown, one's Raw. If the Raw champions, Bayley and Sasha, say are champions, and they lose the title to, say, Charlotte and Becky, they stay on Raw and Bailey and Sasha, but so have the champions go back and forth, but they're the only ones allowed to go back and forth. Then one match that they've been teasing and teasing and teasing, they have yet to do. This is the best time to do it. I think right now, the way where everyone is, this is the only time to do it. Last year's Mae Young Classic, they teased the 4 horsewomen of UFC, which we all know as Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, Jasmine Duke, and Marina Schiffer. And then the 4 horsewomen of NXT, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, and Bayley. They teased it last year at the Mae Young Classic. Everyone's at a different part of their career when it comes to that. We all know Charlotte and Becky are on Raw, on SmackDown. Sasha and Bayley are on Raw. Ronda Rousey's in on Monday Night Raw. Shayna Baszler's NXT Women's Champion. And Jasmine Duke and Marina Schiffer are just in the Performance Center training. So there's no other place to do that match that they've been pimping for damn near 2 years, a year plus, than at this show. Because you're having the Monday Night Raw Women's title on the line, SmackDown Live Women's title on the line, NXT Women's title on the line, the Mae Young Classic Finals, the NXT UK Women's title on the line. Why not do this match? Based on current storylines, the only thing you got to do with this is if Kairi Sane beats Shayna Baszler at TakeOver Chicago 4, done. You can make this match. I mean, one loss, which I think she's losing anyway, to be able to set this up. Do it, WWE. Fucking do it. I'm looking forward to the show. I think it's overdue. Women's wrestling in modern era pro wrestling has taken such leaps and bounds to what it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I think the Mae Young Classic, and then just all of these invasion of the women from overseas, from the UK, from Japan, where they look at, I've been watching Progress Wrestling, I've been watching Defiant Wrestling. They look at women's wrestling completely different than WWE does and than America does. These women are talented. There's so many talented women over there that we got a hold of something for the Mae Young Classic here, and Toni Storm, Mercedes Martinez, 18-year veteran. Such talent here. I can't wait for not only the Mae Young Classic, but the Evolution, WWE Evolution, women's only pay-per-view. Hopefully they make it an annual event. I wouldn't have an issue with a couple each year. Maybe like somewhere, Marchish right before Mania, and then something about October. Have 2 of them and kind of just change things up a little bit. But all right, as for the women in WWE between Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live, NXT, and NXT UK, there's 40 of them, and I ranked all 40 of them. If you go back on Robert Sports Show to early January, I did a women's rankings that include the women from the first Mae Young Classic. This go around, I'm just doing it just for the 40 women on the current WWE rosters. First of the year I might do another one, but I pretty much went similar to the ones that was my rankings then, because a few people have changed a little bit, not much, but I did add a bunch because of NXT UK. So number 40, we have Lana, SmackDown Live. Number 39, Tamina, SmackDown Live. Number 38, Dana Brooke, Monday Night Raw. Really, these are kind of the 3 worst women on the roster. Number 37, Mandy Rose. I know how much Corey Graves loves her. She's from SmackDown Live. I don't think she's that good in the ring. Number 36, Alicia Fox, Monday Night Raw. Tania Conte, NXT. She's in the Mae Young Classic again. I think she has some Raw talent there, but the WWE needs to kind of work with it and have, Sarah Amato kind of train her a little bit better. Number 34, Aaliyah from NXT. Number 33, Dakota Kai from NXT. Dakota Kai, excuse me. She had a feud with Shayna Baszler recently on NXT Weekly. It was actually pretty decent. She's gotten better. Lacey Evans, the real woman of NXT. I don't like the gimmick that much, but she's actually getting a lot better in the ring. So I look at her moving far in WWE. Bianca Belair, NXT. She was in the Mae Young Classic 1. I thought did fairly well. She's one to keep an eye on. Number 30, SmackDown Live's champion, actually, Carmella. See what I think of her. I don't think highly of her. Number 29, I have Nia Jax, former Monday Night Raw Women's Champion. Number 28, we have Monday Night Raw Liv Morgan. Number 27 from Monday Night Raw, we have Liv Morgan, and then Sarah Logan. All right, number 26, former Riot Squad member Sonya Deville from SmackDown Live. Number 25, a two-time WWE Women's Champion Naomi from SmackDown Live. Number 24, from NXT, Vanessa Bourne. Number 23, part of the NXT UK Women's Division, former Westwild Extreme Wrestling Champion and wrestled for Progress Wrestling, Killer Kelly. Number 22, from SmackDown Live, one half of the iconic duo, Billie Kay. And then the other half of the iconic duo from SmackDown Live, Peyton Royce. Now we're to the top 20. As we go through the top 20 women here from WWE right now, I'm going to kind of go over things they've done around the world, not only in WWE. Number 20, Ronda Rousey. She's only had like, what, 2 matches, 3 matches? But I see some, I mean, there's physical talent there. I know UFC is way different than WWE, but she does have she has a submission ability. I think the more WWE works with her and she trains, and she seems like one that she wants to do it, she's going to put her all in it to do it. So I think she will move up this rankings as the year goes on next year. But then number 20 is Ronda Rousey. Number 19, from NXT UK, Jenny, former Progress Wrestling Women's Champion and former Rev Pro Women's Champion. Number 18, Monday Night Raw, Mickie James, three-time TNA Women's Champion, 6-time WWE Women's Champion. Number 17, current NXT Women's Champion, Shayna Baszler. Number 16, 5-time WWE Women's Champion, 3-time on Raw, 2-time on SmackDown, Money in the Bank winner, second ever Women's Money in the Bank winner, Alexa Bliss. Number 15, I have from NXT, Nikki Cross. She was a 3-time Pro Wrestling Eve champion. The other current WWE or women on WWE that have won that Pro Wrestling Eve championship, Paige won it, and then NXT UK woman Charlie Morgan. Number 14, from SmackDown Live, Natalya, 2-time WWE Women's Champion. She was actually, I feel, ahead of her time. She came into WWE back when we had the Bethina Oxes of the world, kind of when you had maybe 5, 6, 7 good women's wrestler and then everyone else. Now you got 25 plus good women's wrestlers in WWE, you know. So she's good. She's a great submission wrestler, but she is getting older. She kind of was way ahead of her time, I feel. Number 13, from NXT UK, Toni Storm, a 2-time Progress Wrestling champion, Women's Champion, World of Stardom Champion. Number 12, also from NXT UK, we have Nina Samuels from Progress Wrestling and Rev Pro Wrestling. Number 11, we have from Monday Night Raw, Ruby Riott. Before she came to WWE, she was a Shimmer Champion, a Shine Champion, and wrestled for Chikara. And we go to the top 10. Number 10, Mrs. Wrestling, Johnny Gargano's wife, Candice LeRae, currently in NXT. The only woman ever to hold the one half of the PWG Tag Team Championships with Joey Ryan. Number 9 on the list comes from NXT UK, Charlie Morgan. She's had some great matches with Millie McKenzie and Toni Storm over in Progress this year. She's wrestled Progress, Pro Wrestling Eve. Number 8 on the list comes from Monday Night Raw, a 2-time WWE Women's Champion and NXT Champion, Bayley. Coming in at number 8. Number 7, the first Mae Young Classic winner, Kairi Sane in NXT. Just so talented. I was really hoping that when she won the Mae Young Classic, it would have been Kairi Sane versus Asuka. I really want to see that match. I think that would be a really intriguing match. I think it would be a good match. Number 6 on the list comes from SmackDown Live, the first ever SmackDown Live Women's Champion, Becky Lynch, the last kicker. Number 5 on the list. When I started doing this list, this person wasn't on it. But over the weekend, as I'm working on it, I'm on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and I seen this person tweet something out about a match in NXT UK tapings. What? So I'm like, you know what? She's had a match in WWE NXT UK for the tapings. Hasn't aired yet. Don't know if it'll even air. I think it was a dark match possibly. I'm not sure. But she had her first WWE NXT match. So I said, you know what? I think this is one of the best wrestlers in the world right now, female wise. I am putting her on this fucking list, and I don't care who says it. Number 5, the first ever 21st century badass, Millie McKenzie. Progress Wrestling, Defiant Wrestling. The youngest ever Progress Wrestling Women's Champion at 17 years old. She recently turned 18 in the last couple months. She is the future of women's pro wrestling. I don't know, of all the women I've watched, Charlotte, Asuka, Sasha, Ember Moon, she's right there to me. She's in that category of women's wrestling. She does freaking Snap German. She does freaking Canadian Destroyer. I've seen her do some type of freaking cutter thing that she freaking does. It's like, what the shit? She just, as she gets older and builds her body up and more muscle and everything, I think she's going to be unstoppable if she keeps going to professional wrestling. I don't want her in WWE. I want her to either go NXT UK I can deal with, Progress Defiant. WWE is not going to let her do what she's been doing so far. But I got her at number 5. Hopefully she does officially sign. Hopefully she does come into NXT UK. She can be the next Charlotte. She can be as good, if not better than Charlotte. I have her number 5, Millie McKenzie. Number 4 on the list comes Monday Night Raw, Ember Moon, NXT Champion. Oh my gosh. Just so talented. When WWE brought her to the main roster, I thought it was a step back for her. She could have ran the NXT Women's Division. But here she is on Monday Night Raw. She's the second best wrestler on Monday Night Raw. 4th best in WWE right now. Number 3 on the list, also from Monday Night Raw, Sasha Banks, 5-time WWE Women's Champion, NXT Women's Champion. Still one of the best submission women's wrestlers in WWE. Number 2, one of the best submission wrestlers in WWE from SmackDown Live. 523-day NXT champion. First ever winner of the Women's Royal Rumble match. 267-0 until she ran into Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 34. Asuka, number 2. Number 1 women's wrestler in WWE today, July 30th, 2018, who I think is the best women's wrestler in WWE, Charlotte Flair. 7-time women's champion, NXT women's champion, SmackDown Live. Who's better than Charlotte? You could sit here and flip a coin between Charlotte, Asuka, and Sasha and Ember Moon on who 1, 2, 3, and 4 is. If you don't have those 4 as your 4 top, maybe Becky Lynch 5th, maybe Kairi Sane 5th. If those 6 women are not in your top 5, no matter what order, what are you watching? I think Millie McKenzie, I've been watching, like I said, I've been watching a lot of Defiant. I watched everything Defiant this year. I've watched almost everything Progress this year, and she's freaking beyond good. Ember Moon is so good. I think she's been great. Sasha, Asuka, Charlotte, bam. Alright, that will wrap up the women's rankings for WWE. A little bit about the Evolution pay-per-view coming up. Obviously, as we get closer, I'll have a preview and everything of that. I'm excited for that. Mae Young Classic 2. Can't wait to see that. Now, the one thing I am working on, I've talked about this in some other videos, 2018. Probably around the 7th or 8th of January, after Wrestle Kingdom, obviously. I'm going to do a best of 2017. I'm going to have the best 100 men's match, or actually, I'm going to have kind of change. It's not going to be just 100. It's going to be the best, all the 4-star plus matches that I've watched in 2018 for men. All the 3-star plus matches I've watched for women in 2017. So it's going to be at least 100 matches. Those 2 videos will be pretty long. We won't sit here and roll off 150 matches, but I'll definitely have them all listed in the show, and then I'll talk about probably the top 50 of each. I'm excited to do that. I think women's wrestling, that video right there, I'm going to enjoy more because I've been really watching women's wrestling, like I said, with Progress and Defiant, New Japan, Ring of Honor, Impact, WWE, NXT. It's just, there's so many talented women out there. Same way with the guys. There's so many talented guys. Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, Travis Banks, you know, Pete Dunne. Liverpool's #1, Zach Gibson. Cannot wait for NXT UK. Alright, so that's coming next year. A lot come on this year, though. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.